Good morning, all of you. Welcome to KGP Online Classes. I am Isha Sharma and this is English Grammar's class. So in our previous video, we have studied about doing words. So what are doing words? That you have already studied about it, but we are going to revise a little. So doing words are words that tells about an action. Any action that is taking place is called as doing word. In a sentence, you can easily recognize doing words, like for example, if I'll say, I am speaking right now. So what action I'm doing? I am speaking right now. What I'm doing right now? I'm speaking. So that will be a doing word. Doing words are also called as verbs. Now there are different kinds of verbs, and in this class we're going to study about helping verbs. Helping verbs are also called as auxiliary verbs, but we are going to here in this video be calling them as we'll be using the term helping verbs. Now helping verbs are is, am, is, are. These are called as helping verbs. Now the question is why? Why are they called as helping verbs? They are called as helping verbs because they help. They simply help to frame a sentence, and they also tells us what a person, place, animal is. Fine. So that what helping verbs do. They help to frame the sentence. For an example, if I'm saying I am a girl, if I'll remove am from it, what will remain? I, girl. Does it make sense? No. You have to use am to make a proper, meaningful sentence. If I'll say I am reading a book, or let's take an example of is. Monica is studying. If I'll remove is from it, what will remain? Monica studying. Is it making any sense? No, it is not. So to make a complete meaningful sentence, you will have to take help from is, the helping verb. That is why they are called as helping verbs. Now let's look at an example. Let's look at a table, and in this table we are going to learn the usage of am, is and are. Now here I have written some pronouns and nouns. These verbs, these helping verbs are used with pronouns and nouns. We have already studied about nouns and pronouns, but still I'm going to brush up your memory a little. What are nouns? Nouns are the names of place, person, animal, things. Fine. And what are pronouns? Pronouns are the words that are used in place of nouns. Fine. So that these are that. Nouns and pronouns we have already studied in our previous videos. So let's have a look at here. Am, is, are. Now consider am, is, are as three people, three different people. M is really shy. M is really shy and he doesn't like to talk. So he is friends with only I. He is friends with only I. M is only used with I and I is only used with M. You cannot write I is a girl or I are a girl. No, that would be wrong. What we can use with I? Only M. It is only used with M. And also, as you have already studied in pronouns, I we use when we are only talking about one person and one person. Fine. So if to make a sentence, how you can do that? I am a girl or a boy, whatever. So that would be a sentence. You cannot say I is a girl. That would be wrong. Whenever you are using I, am is used. Always remember this, that I and am are best friends. They only interact with each other. Now let's jump to the use of is. Is the helping verb is. She, she, he, it, Monica. All these pronouns and nouns are singular. Whenever we talk about only one person, one thing, we use is. Fine. She is used for a single girl, as we have already studied before. She is used with only a single girl. He is used for a single boy. It is used for a single animal or thing. And Monica is a girl's name, so any name can be used here. So this is the noun and these are the pronouns. So whenever we are talking about any singular noun or pronoun, we use is. So what are the examples? How the examples could be? She is reading. Okay, that can be one example. Or it, if we are talking about any animal or we are talking about a thing, we use it. So if let's use it for an animal. Let's talk about a dog. So if a dog is playing, how will we write? It is playing. Or in the same way, if you're talking about a boy who is playing, we will use he. And for singular nouns and pronouns, we always use is. And we can also say this: he is playing. If you're saying Monica, let's say Monica is dancing, so you can write Monica is dancing. Or for an animal, you can also say it is a cat. There can be many sentences, but when we are only talking about a singular person, name, animal, pronouns, we use is. Remember that. Now let's jump to are. Now, unlike is and am, this are, he is really friendly, like is also, he is really friendly, and he interacts with we, you, they, the girls, and so many nouns and pronouns. But when we use are when we are talking about more than one person. Okay, more than one person. So whenever we are talking about two person or more than 2, 3, 4, 5 person and animals, we use we, you, they, and the plural words. Okay, so for an example, if I'm talking about something like someone who is more in number, some people who are more in number, I will use are. Now let's look at its usage with these pronouns and these nouns. We is a pronoun that we use when we are talking about including us. When we are talking about a group, including us. For an example, if I'll have to go to a party with my friends, what will I say? We, including me, we are going to a party. Okay? Or you. Now, this is something you must remember, and you have also studied about this in the chapter of pronouns, that you is used when we are talking about a singular as well as a plural person or nouns or pronouns. But with you, we always use are. We never use is with you, even if there is only one person. Let's suppose we are talking about only single boy. So with single, we know that we use is. But in the case of you, you cannot say you is a boy. You is you is going. No, you cannot say that. You will be saying like, you are going there, you are a boy, you are pretty, you are cute. Fine. So whenever we are talking about any singular person or more than one plural person or animal, we use are, irrespective of the number. Remember that. Okay, so if I'm using the word they, they is used whenever we are talking about a group of people excluding us. Okay, they can be used like, they are going to park. If there is a group of boys and I'm talking about them, so how will I address them? They are going to the park. They are going to park. It can be anything. You can also say they are playing cricket, or they are dancing, they are talking. With they, we always use are. Now the girls and boys, like I have written here is what I have written here is the girls and boys, and when it is used, when girls s is used when we are talking something in plural, about girls, they are in plural. So whenever we are talking about any girl, any boy, any person that is more than one, that is more in number, we use are. We can also say it, the girls are dancing. The girls are dancing. Or if you have to use the boys are the boys are talking. Okay, so that's what we can do. So this is the table, and I'm sure this is also given in your book. Please refer to it. Please read to it really carefully. It is really important. It will help you to memorize, and it will be a great help. So please read it. Now let's look at some examples. Okay, so these are a few examples that I have taken. The question is, fill in the blanks with is, am, or are. So is, am, or are the helping words, and you have to, out of these three, choose and write here the correct one, the correct helping verb. So let's look here. First is, I blank in class second. What can we write here? Can I write here is? No, that would be wrong. Can I write here are? I are in class second? No. So what we have just studied, that I is best friends with M. So with I, we always use M. So we will write here, I am in class second. Now let's look at second question. Mohan and Sohan dash friends. Now remember here, there are two nouns used, Mohan and Sohan. Both are nouns. And whenever we are talking about more than one, whenever we are talking about two nouns, two people, which helping verb we use? Are. Fine. So whenever we are talking about more than one person, we are going to use are. Mohan and Sohan are friends. Sheena blank studying. What will come here? Sheena is studying. You cannot say Sheena am studying. No, because M is only best friends with I. M only talks to I. Always remember this. You cannot use M with anything else. So M is eliminated. M will not come here. What is left is an R. Now we have already learned this, that are is only used when we are talking about more than one. But here, Sheena is a singular noun. Sheena is only one girl's name. So, we will write Sheena is studying. Now here, my mother and my teacher blank talking. Two nouns. Here we have used two nouns. My mother is first and my teacher will be the second noun. These are two nouns. Two people, when we are talking about more than one, we use are. My mother and my teacher are talking. Now this last one, they playing. Always remember, when do we use they? When there is more than one person. Whenever we are talking about they, we are addressing to a group or more than one or two person. So how we will write? They are playing. And whenever we are talking about more than one, we use the helping verb are. Okay, so this is these are few of the questions that I have given you to explain you the concept of is, am, are clearly. Do solve the exercises of your book on your own, and only then, after doing, once you're completed, only then take help from the material that I'm going to send to you. And always, as I always say, whenever you have some problem, any problem, do contact me on my number. Okay, thank you so much.